Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Weed Shed Confessions, hence you're in the Weed Shed. I'm your host, Chris from Ambrosia Buds, and I'm going to basically give you a rundown of what's going on here with my grows. So right now, obviously there's no plants in here because I'm just going through, I'm in between runs right now, and I want to actually clean this room up and get a little bit more organized. So right now I'm actually cleaning out this alien hydroponic system. I put up my trellis and stuff like that, but let me give you a rundown of what I'm actually doing. So this season, I'm still in the middle of outdoors, and I've had some problems with outdoors. If you guys haven't been following me on YouTube, you should subscribe now, ring the notification bell so you can. But due to where I live, with the climate and the environment and stuff like that, I've been having early morning dews, and with the strains that I've been running outside, specifically raw outside. And what I mean by raw is just they're out, they're not in a hoop house or anything like that. I've run into some bud rot, so I've had to actually sacrifice some plants to bud rot. And guys, I know it's sad, it sucks, but it's just part of growing. However, what I have noticed is that running plants not indoor, it's still technically outdoor, but it's in my hoop house. I haven't had any trouble with bud rot within the hoop house, and that's simply probably because I'm not getting that early morning dew. Okay, and I'm still running fans in the hoop house and stuff like that. But what I'm looking at right now is I'm trying to get away from ordering genetics and seeds. So what I've been doing over the years and years and years is trying to cross my own strain and stabilize it as well. So that's kind of what I'm focused on, and that's why I'm clearing out this room now. So what I'm looking at is I actually did do another order of seeds, and I got Alien Technology, Permanent Marker, and Blue Lobster. I'm really excited about the Alien Technology simply because it's a landrace seed. I love the story behind that. And also, I'm starting a playlist of videos that I go over all the strains that I've grown, and I'm going to call it Growing Strains. So it's like all the growing pains and all the experience that I have with growing the strains that I've grown, or that I'm growing at that moment. But what I want to do is I definitely want to focus on actually stabilizing my own strain, because I have a really good whole bunch. I've been crossing this stuff for a while, so I've used Blue Dream, Fat Bastard, Rainbow Chip, Jack Herer, and I think that's about, there's like one more in there. I can't remember. I have it written down somewhere in my notebook, but I don't have my notebook with me right now. So, but what I actually had one of those seeds that I put in my hoop house. That's the only plant actually that didn't get hit with the bud rot. It's stacked up really nice. It's still growing. You guys can follow the Instagram, which is Ambrosia Buds as well, to see it. The smell is completely different than any of the normal name brand genetics like you can find. And that's actually what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for something that's completely different as far as terps, genos and pharaohs and stuff like that. It's just, with all the hybrids and everything that are going out right now, I just think it's really cool to have your own signature on something. And what I mean by signature is like your own stamp, as far as like, I did this. And so I'm all about the breeding program right now, ordering books. I mean, I've read a lot of books, but I'm also ordering more books just to get a better understanding. But I do know I have to stabilize this strain because I have grown a couple of seeds of it, and I have a lot of seeds. I actually just sprouted some more just to pick out what I want to cross back to each other to stabilize it. I have 2 tents running. I got a whole bunch of new gear. Well, not a whole bunch of new gear, but I got the last bits and pieces of the gears I want for my tents in order to, make this strain the best that I can. Maybe I run it in a cup. Maybe you get it. I don't know. But I'll definitely document everything for this because I'm super proud about it. It's like raising your own baby, and you want everybody to see your baby pictures and stuff like that. But guys, other than that, I actually have sprouted some Alien Technology, Permanent Marker. Permanent Marker was a cup winner like a year or two ago. But the reason I really got alien technology, and let me get into this for a second too, is when I get into the breeding program, I go for the old school strains simply because, and definitely the land race strains, because I like the older stuff. This industry, the cannabis industry, is completely overrun with hybrids, breeders that don't know what they're doing, growers that don't know what they're doing for that matter. And I just like the old school genetics because I know what I'm working with. Like with a high, like if you get a new hybrid, it's just, I don't know, man. It's definitely it's a dice roll when you know what comes out and stuff like that. But I'm super impressed with what I've crossed with my strain. Don't have a name for it yet. I got my boy Cake coming in here, and we're gonna do a cake review. So how many slices of cake, like how he likes it. But overall, right now, what I have in my hoop house, I have one plant of it. Dude, the buds are stacked up. They're not too dense. They have a really good, like, mix of a gas, sweet, and earthy tone, specifically a tangerine tone, like, or tangerine odor. Super fucking sticky. All the branches have held up really good and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm focused mainly on breeding right now. Cleaning this room up. I know I always, talk about the perpetual grow and keeping the growing process going. But guys, it's really about quality, not quantity. And I'm not in this for the money. This is a passion hobby for me. So that's about it, really. But look out for a playlist of videos that I have coming up. It's called Growing Strains, which revolves around every strain that I've grown, what I think about them, and there's a big difference too. And I'll give you an example of that right now in this video. So, like, I grew Waka Z in here and Jungle Breath in here, which is hydro, but I also grew 2 of those plants outdoors as well. Huge difference. Now, I didn't grow them in the hoop house. I grew them raw outdoors. And when I say raw, I have a huge problem with the climate in the area that I have a huge humidity issue with where I grow, especially with the dew point in the mornings. And I think that's why I got a lot of bud rot. So I had to sacrifice a lot of plants. But hey, man, that's just part of growing. Like, if you're not willing to sacrifice your plants, you're not willing to grow. Or you shouldn't even be growing, because you're going to have to chop some stuff down that's just not great. But I'm not about, I'm not about the quantity as far as the weight, as much as I am just finding something new, and just the research process of that, like just going down the rabbit hole of terps, like everything. It's so much fun for me. So that's about it, guys. But if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe to the channel, leave any comment below that you want, and hopefully the next time you guys come in here, I have that new strain that I'm creating growing in here. Don't have a name for it yet. I want my boy Cake to actually kick in and see what he thinks about it, because he is a cannabis connoisseur, if you will, or cannassist, as I like to call it. But that's about it, guys. Oh, and stay on the lookout, because I have somebody, Ganja Girl, on Instagram. I'll link her up in the description below. Is helping me do some t-shirts and stuff like that. So I'm trying to expand, guys. And that's why we're in the Weed Shed, because I'm confessing to you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Peace, much love, stay green, and keep growing. Oh, check out the videos.